All right, how's it going, everybody? We're doing it. Whoops. I always flub this part. My name is Mark Harmon, as you can see on the sign behind me, and this is the Comic on Demand show. This is episode 22, I think. Yeah, 22. The lighting probably looks a little weird because daylight savings. I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep doing this at 7 because this is weird. I might change it to 8 or something because uh, doing this and drawing while it's light outside seems weird to me. There was just my brain. It got used to like it gets dark and then I draw, but now it's like still light outside and my alarm goes off to come and do this, and I'm all confused because I'm like, wait, it's not dark outside. So I'm wondering if the lighting in here looks a little different because it is different because it's still light outside. Like normally, this usually this sort of thing here that's holding the sign from falling down, usually it's hidden because it's dark. But now it's all light and you can see it now. You can see all the inner workings of the show. It's very magical. Anyway, this is the Comic on Demand show. For those that don't know what this is, this is the show where I will draw a 4-panel comic in about an hour. But as you can see, it is blank. That is because I am going to let you, the viewer, tell me what to draw. Yes, I am crazy, and I'm going to let you tell me what to draw. So, a couple of ground rules first before we get started. I won't draw anything that is like already copyrighted, right? Like Superman, SpongeBob, Pepsi, or any sort of like sports mascots that have names and stuff like that. No celebrities. I want to avoid any sort of copyright problems there. And then 2, I try to keep the show PG, and so no raunchy, what am I saying? No raunchy suggestions, that's the word. And I think that's about it. So this is how it's going to work. You are going to see a little screen pop up, and right about here, there's going to be like a little dancing guy, and, or is it over here? Because like, no, yeah. It's going to be right here. Right here. It's going to be a little dancing guy. All right. So yeah, a little screen's going to pop up that says be right back. And hopefully I time it right to where right when that screen pops up, I will put go in the chat. So when you say Comic on Demand, go, that's when you put your suggestion. And then the first 2 suggestions that come in after that, those are the 2 suggestions that I'm going to combine together to create this 4-panel comic. All right, sound good? So as soon as you see the word go in the chat, put your suggestion in there and we'll get this thing started. All right, ready, set, and go. All right, we have our first 2 suggestions of a heavy metal band. And our second suggestion is Smoke and Mirrors. Wow, those are like heavy metal bands use smoke and mirrors, right? Or something? I don't know. I'm sure they do. I know there's probably lots of smoking going on. You know what I'm saying? All right. As far as mirrors go, maybe not. I don't know. Do heavy metal bands have mirrors? I don't know. Okay. We're going to put those suggestions here. We have heavy metal band and smoke and mirrors. All right. Sweet. Okay, heavy metal band and smoke and mirrors. This one's a little tricky. Let's see. Yeah, this is a fairly easy merge because they're kind of all related. I could just draw 4 panels of a band playing and I just draw some smoke and some mirrors and call it good, right? But I want to make it funny, right? I want to make it almost have some sort of a story arc of some kind, even if it's a really simple story arc. But I don't just want to draw, because this is a 4-panel comic, right? Not a 1-panel comic. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, mirrors can be challenging, especially if you don't like what you see when you look in one. All right, dad joke. All right, okay, here we go. Oh, heavy metal band, smoking mirrors. My dad says I used a heavy metal band to repair a pipe once. Oh, that's beyond a dad joke. That's a grandpa joke right there. All right. Let's see. Let's do. Okay. Let's just do. Okay, I'm on camera. Good. Remember, if I'm not on camera, you're going to tell me, right? I need you people to be my eyes and ears here. Okay, we're going to try to draw a guitar without reference. This is going to be scary. I used to play guitar in high school, so hopefully I remember what a guitar looks like. So I think one of the reasons why I haven't really shared my musical stuff is because I kind of feel like a fraud a little bit because, so like I played the trumpet in like 6th and 7th grade, and then I stopped, and then I played the guitar when I was a senior. So like, you know, music isn't totally foreign to me, but like I can't really play any sort of instrument with any kind of competence. And like I know what the notes are on a piano. Like if you point to a note, I can tell you what it is. And I know what the notes are on like a sheet of music, right? But yeah, I don't really like I'm super out of practice musically. So like I like making songs, but the program in a lot of ways. I'm not gonna say it does it for me, but it's kind of like because like the program that I use, it has like this little layout and it has all the notes, and you basically like go do 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 do, and you touch on with your finger like where you want the notes to be, and you like drag and hold if you want it to go really like a long note, you know. It's like you make your own songs from scratch, like one note at a time and stuff. But like, I don't really know enough to know like what the chords are, like a major chord, minor chord, or whatever. And so I just kind of like I'll put notes and I'll hit play, and if it sounds crappy, I'll move something over and then hit play and I'll move it over until it like sounds cool. And I'm like, all right, now it sounds good. So like, I'm not musically inclined enough to have stuff memorized, like to know what an A chord or a B chord or whatever, like on a piano. So I kind of just move the notes around until they sound good. All right, we're going to do a little throwback to an older episode and give this guy a spiked mohawk. Even though that's more punk than metal or whatever, but I don't care. But I do have about 5 songs that are pretty much ready to go. I just need to put them together and I can pretty much make another little dance party thing. Okay, I got a rock and roll guy. Let's see. I don't really know where I'm going with this. Again, I'm just kind of winging it, hoping that I'll think of something by the time I get there. This is going to be a silhouette. Let's pretend that what does a drum set look like just off the top of my head? Something like this. Does that look like a drum set? Metal detectors. I saw sort of like a, I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was from like a sketch show, like one of those sketch shows, or if it's just from a TV show or something. But like there was this guy walking on the beach, and he's got a metal detector, and he's like doot beep 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 beep, and then then his metal detector goes off, and it's like beep 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 beep, and then like he reaches into the sand and like pulls out some like heavy metal dude that looks like this, like pulls him out of the sand, and then they start playing heavy metal stuff. I don't know what it was from. I'll have to find it and put it in the highlight video. Hopefully I can do that. You know, I sit here and talk about like, oh, I don't want to get in copyright trouble or whatever, but I don't know. There's times I put stuff in my highlight videos that I don't own, like clips from Simpsons and Seinfeld and stuff. And yeah, I think I can legally do that. I think that's under fair use because I just put a little snippet of it and I just move on. I'm not like posting the whole episode or something. Okay. Let's have All right. I just thought of a joke. It's basically just going to be a dumb rhyme. And that's it. Ping pong paddle? No, it's a mirror, dude. It's one of those handheld mirrors, but it's for some reason I made it like a like a princess mirror or something. Like with little flowery stuff. I don't know. When I thought of a handheld mirror, that's what I thought of, like one of those like a princess mirror or something. So yeah, I don't know. I think that's really the only time I see like handheld mirrors is in like Disney cartoons and stuff. Let's give this guy ripped flannel or something. Heavy metal people wear ripped flannel, like with the arms ripped off, right? I don't know. Let's give him some of those spike gauntlets. Apparently, my knowledge of heavy metal bands is like from the 80s or something, because Larry the Cable Guy lost weight and joined a band. Oh, yeah, see. I don't know. I just think of like, I'm thinking like maybe it's like 90s grunge band. Maybe that's what I'm thinking 90s grunge band, but whatever, dude. Okay. Oh, shoot. I did it again. I forgot the word balloon, and so now I need to erase everything in there. All that time I spent drawing that guy's elbow, and now I just have to delete it. Oh well. Sometimes you gotta delete an elbow, you know? It's life. Alright, what am I gonna do for this? Like, I have the joke, and I know where it's going, but what am I gonna draw for this last panel? Let's do... Alright, you know what? I don't quite... Like, I have the joke, and it's all ready, but I just don't know what I'm going to actually put in the last panel, because the joke kind of doesn't matter, really, what I put in here. So, here's what we're going to do. This is the part of the show where I do a mid-suggestion. Okay, so if you didn't get a chance to put in a suggestion in the beginning, now is your chance to get a suggestion. So you're going to see that little thing pop up again with the dancing guy right here. Doop, 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 doop. And then I'm going to go in the chat. Hopefully those things pop up at the same time. And the first suggestion, just one this time, but the first suggestion I'm going to put it in this last panel somewhere. So you're going to determine this last panel with the mid suggestion. Sound good? Okay, so let's get that mid suggestion right now. All right, we have our mid suggestion of Thor's hammer. All right, well that's very heavy metal. Okay, Thor's hammer. Sounds good. Let's see here. Okay, so I forgot what kind of... Okay. I was drawn off camera again. I just did this little guy right here. The singer. So like here's this dude and he's this dude and then here's the singer and I realized, oh, I didn't have a singer, so I threw him in there. So that's what I was doing off camera there. In case you were wondering. Okay. Let's do this. Apparently this heavy metal dude is a true hero or something, because he's able to lift Thor's hammer. Guess it just goes to show you can't judge people. What does that little thingy look like? It's sort of like a little, I don't know, a Celtic, is it a Celtic knot? I don't know what one looks like off the top of my head. Celtic knots are not exactly something I draw all the time. The nice thing about drawing heavy metal dudes is I don't have to draw their eyes open, because they're always yelling with their eyes closed, right? So I can just draw people yelling. Okay. I think that's it. Let me back up here. So before I start inking, there is the drawing. We got a guitar player dude. We got a faraway scene. It's going to be mostly all in silhouette and black and stuff. Then I got the smoke. And then here I got the dude holding a mirror. And then here's the dude holding Thor's hammer. And it's going to say something funny. The question is, do I put the funny thing in right now and spoil it, or do I put it at the very end when I'm inking? To see if maybe you guys can guess. But don't try to guess in the chat, because if you guess it right, then it looks like I'm doing what you told me to do. So just in your mind, guess, think, see if you can guess what it is, and then find out if you're right. Okay. So I will save it until the end. So if there's somebody near you, turn to the person to your right or left and guess. It's going to be a rhyme. Let's see if you can guess what the rhyme's going to be. Oh man, I need like a straight edge. I'm just gonna use this This is I don't think he's watching, but Will, I haven't mailed this yet. Anyway, I'm gonna get it in the mail, I promise. But right now I'm gonna use it as a straight edge. Sound good? Okay. Shoot. I forgot that when I'm inking, I need to ink left to right, because if I start on the right and go this way, then my hand smudges the ink. So I'm going to cover this up for a second, putting this thing down so I don't smudge it. So kind of, all right. So I have sort of a heavy metal story, I guess. So this one time for my birthday, I think this was back in oh geez, it was probably whatever. It doesn't really matter. 2014 or 15, 16, 17. I don't know. I don't know what it was. Somewhere around there, not too terribly long ago. For my birthday, we got tickets to a concert for a band called Collective Soul, because they were like my favorite band in high school or whatever. And I had never seen them in concert, and I wanted to see them. So we're in line, right? And like this band, they have some songs that are like, you know, they have an electric guitar and they kind of do some rocking, and but it's nothing like super duper heavy. So we're in line, right? And everybody in line to go see Collective Soul, okay, we all kind of look the same, right? We all kind of look like middle-aged people in our 30s and 40s. Some were even 50s. And we're just kind of dressed sort of normal-ish, right? Like we all look like we might have just come from, you know, picking up our kids at school or Home Depot or something, right? And playing at the same time in the same venue, there was like this sort of heavy metal band. and so like we're standing in line, and directly like maybe, I don't know, half a block or maybe not even that, a couple 100 feet is the line for the heavy metal people. So like we're in this line, they're in that line. We're both going, like, converging into the same venue thing. And of course they're all kind of dressed similar, right? They're all wearing black with lots of face piercings or crazy hair colors or like long crazy like beards and stuff. Like they all kind of look like they're into heavy metal music, right? Like, I'm not trying to be offensive or stereotypical, but dude, it was pretty obvious that like the two groups were different, and we all kind of looked like our own group, right? So anyway, this couple comes walking up to our line, and they were dressed like this dude. And without even saying a word, a couple of us in line, we pointed to the other line and we were like, I think you want that line over there. Anyway, that's probably not a super funny story, but I thought it was funny because it was obvious which concert they were gonna go to. Anyway, that was it. That was my story. It's not that great of a story, but that's the only like heavy metal story that I can think of. I mean, it was a pretty interesting, I don't know, it was a pretty interesting social experiment, I guess. It's very wild to see the differences. I saw a guy this weekend that had his beard dyed bright blue with a purple streak down the middle. Oh, was he like trying to unite the Bridger Valley? That'd be funny. I'm sure he was. I'm sure that's exactly what he was doing. And for those that don't get the joke, blue is Lyman, purple's Mountain View, and they're rivals. So if he had a blue beard with a purple streak, that's like trying to unite the valley, man. I actually thought about making some shirts one time. I was going to make this shirt that was like, okay, so our rival towns, the Lyman is the Eagles and Mountain View is the Buffaloes. And I was going to draw this like buffalo eagle hybrid creature thing and make a shirt, and then the shirt was going to say "Go Bigelows," and then I was just going to wear it to all the like Mountain View versus Lyman games, just to see if I can get a rise out of people. I think it'd be funny. It'd be funny to combine the two mascots into one. Basically just do like a I hope both teams have fun type of thing. I think it'd be funny. That would be a very... See, I could put that on my merch store, but that'd be a very niche piece of merch that only like 10 people would buy. Pardon me, I'm just scratching behind my head. I've never really been into heavy metal music, to be honest. I don't, it's one of those genres I don't understand. Well, I like some songs that, get a little rockin', get a little guitar going, but like not like this the weird like the screaming and stuff. I don't like that. I don't get it. I'm sure some people think it's cool and whatever, man, but I'm just saying I don't understand. Like literally I don't understand. Like when they're like and I'm like, I don't know what you're saying. But then I just don't understand why that's appealing. But listen, there's lots of things I don't understand, so don't feel too bad if I don't understand your stuff. All right. Oops. Gotta get that paper towel down again. You guys know how I said that I scan these in and then I color them in Photoshop? You don't even want to know how far behind I am on that. I think I've done literally like 4 or 5, maybe like 5. Yeah. And this is what, 22? This is episode 22. And so, yeah, I'm a little bit behind. As a spectator, that would be awesome. Sure. Make the igloo hold a bowl of popcorn or a soda. We used to listen to Kiss. Kiss isn't like that. Although the people in the line that I was talking about earlier, they looked like Kiss. You know what I'm saying? They looked like they were going to be on stage with Kiss. No, I'm not buying tickets to Rammstein. Rammstein? You know, back in the day, I did want to rock and roll and party all night. Or rock and roll all day and party all night. But now I'm like, I want to rock and roll for a little bit, and then I want to take a nap. And then I want to get to bed at a decent time. You know what I'm saying? Rock and rolling and partying all night. That's young man's game. Whoops. Hopefully that wasn't loud. That might have been super loud on your end. I don't know. Rammstein. Kiss was heavy metal, especially when we were little. Well, I mean, yeah, and I guess for the 80s, I guess it was heavy metal. I mean, as far as metal is concerned, I would say Kiss is probably pretty tame, huh? I don't know. Rammstein. Is Rammstein the one that, are they sing that Du Hast? That song, Du Hast? I think that's the only Rammstein song I know. If that's even Rammstein, I don't even know. God gave rock and roll to you. That song always reminds me of Bill and Ted's. I can't. Which one was it? Was it the first one or the second one? I think it was the first one. Has anybody seen the 1970s, bro? You weren't even born. Nope, I wasn't. Whatever, 70s, 80s, it's all the same. Exactly the same. No nuance or difference whatsoever. The translation of the song is "You Hate Me," and I played it at a wedding reception for the groom, dedicated to his in-laws. That's funny. Did they know? Man, that is funny stuff right there. Okay, and I do have a funny DJ story. So like when I was in high school, me and my friend Chris, we DJ'd, and 99% of everything we DJ'd was a school dance. So we didn't really DJ other stuff except once. Once, like my friend's dad got us a gig that was like somebody's wedding reception over in Rock Springs. Hashtag Rock Springs sucks. And it was like at this bar or something. And so like it was like this white dude, and he was getting married to this Latina girl. And so like the whole bar was just full of Hispanic people. And so we were like, me and my friend were like, all right, I mean, I think we have some Spanish songs. We have like the Macarena and something. We had like literally, I don't know, two songs that were in Spanish, right? And dude, if we were on stage, we would have got booed off stage. Let me just say that, right? So like people were like groaning in the audience as soon as we like put on the Macarena or some other like hit song that was in Spanish at the time. Like, dude, they were like, oh boy, like this is terrible. And this little like 4 or 5 year old kid comes like walking up to us with this homemade cassette tape, right? Like this thing, there wasn't even any like markings on it. I think maybe there might have been a piece of tape with like some Spanish writing or something, right? Like this is straight up homemade tape. And he just hands it to us. And so we're like, I mean, whatever, dude, let's do it. So we had it. I don't know if we had a Walkman or if we had some kind of tape deck or something, but so dude, we pop in this homemade tape, and the music comes on, and dude, the whole bar just goes crazy. Like everybody was loving it because it was like real authentic like Mexican music or something. Anyway, it was pretty hilarious. So then basically me and my friend, we just sat back and did nothing. We just put in this tape and we just let the whole thing play. We had no idea what the songs were, no idea what they're saying, nothing. But it was just like this authentic Mexican music, and the whole place was like having a great time and everybody was dancing. And as soon as the tape stopped, we just flipped it over and played the other side. Dude, it was that was a pretty hilarious. That was a good time. It was funny. But yeah, that was the only like DJing gig that we had that was not a school dance. I liked DJing. DJing was fun. Like my friend's dad, he built this box with like all these light switches and all these plugs. So we like plugged all of our gear into this one box with all these light switches. And so we had like our fog machine and our lights. So it was like we had the disco ball, then we had some like colored flashing lights, And then we had the fog machine and stuff all hooked up into this box, and we had it like labeled. Each switch had a label on it, you know. And dude, the funnest thing was to like, I pretty much had most of the songs memorized that we would play at school dances and stuff. And so like I would try to match the music, or I'd try to match the lights and the fog and all that stuff to the song. So like if there was a song that was like sort of a little bit slow and then got fast in the chorus or something, I would just have the disco lights playing or the disco ball going, and then as soon as the song picked up, I would turn the disco ball off and flick the flashing lights on. And so I try to like make it like a show almost. Anyways, I thought it was cool. I thought I was super cool because I was doing that stuff. Um, Funny family story. We were blasting Kiss in Nathan's record player. Dad came down and yelled at us, then pulled the record off the turntable and slammed it against the dresser and broke it into pieces. wasn't there a wasn't there another story where I think it was like you guys had an Aerosmith CD or something, and like as soon as you heard somebody walking down the stairs, and so you hurry and put it on Dream On or something. That was like a more mellow song or something. It's like, oh, quick, put it on that song. That song's soft or slow or whatever. So Dad won't break our CD. Wasn't there something like that too? I remember there being a story like that. Yeah, I think Living La Vida Loca was probably one of them too. There was Macarena, and there was crap, that there was some other sort of song that had some Spanish lyrics or something, that it was basically like all the white people like, but they didn't. It was hilarious, dude. But yeah, it was super funny. I'm pretty sure like somebody there was just like, oh boy, these guys are ruining everything. They're probably like, this is my daughter's reception, and these DJs aren't gonna ruin it. So they probably went to their car and got some CD or some tape. It's funny stuff. It was good though. It saved us. Because after that, dude, then everybody was having a great time. And I didn't have to do anything. There were some DJs that would do stuff like that. They would even have like their set list on a piece of paper that was basically like, here's all the songs I'm gonna play. And they basically just like would put in a mixtape or a mix CD and then just hit play and sit back and do nothing. I'm like, dude, you're lame. DJing was all about like feeling the crowd. Like there were some times where like everybody was like really into it, and I would like start to play a slow song or something, and the whole crowd was like, oh, and so I'd be like, all right, and so I'd immediately just like stop the slow song, pop in another fast song, and just give the crowd what they wanted, man. But then sometimes when you're watching, you can maybe see them kind of slowing down. And so then you play a slow song and they can see they're kind of relieved. And then you can pick it back up. Like you kind of like give people a break, you know? They can't fast dance constantly. Anyway, I felt like it was a bit of an art. And that is my TED Talk on DJing. I'm gonna go look at what a Celtic knot looks like real quick. I mean, I'm not gonna really try to draw it. I just want to get kind of like a general idea. Because it's not going to be very big. Okay. I had a similar gig at a wedding in Mountain View, and we knew it would be a country crowd, but we had nothing. But nothing we played was hitting. Ooh, that's like, you know what it's like? Oh, whoops, dude, it's like stand-up comedy almost in a way. Like you really are doing a performance. Like you're not just playing music. Like it really is kind of a performance. And yeah, dude, if you're just playing music that nobody likes, it's like trying to land jokes at a stand-up routine that nobody's getting your jokes. So it's like we dropped in a Chris Ledoux song and they went nuts. We just let the whole album play and they loved it. See, it happens. It happens. You know, there's definitely some things I do not miss from high school, but DJ and dances, I do miss that. That was fun stuff. DJ and dances and being on like the tech crew doing the lights and sound for plays and stuff. That was fun stuff. Okay. Let me back up here. Whoops. Man. It's an earthquake and everywhere. Okay. So here's the saying. Let's see if any of you guessed it right. So here's what the guy's going to be saying. Whoops, let me zoom in again. It says, mirror, mirror in my hand. Who's the best heavy metal band? That's it. That's the joke. Mirror, mirror in my hand, who's the best heavy metal band? That's it. Ha ha ha. It's a rhyme. Anybody guess it right? Did anybody guess that I was going to do something about mirror, mirror? Like mirror, mirror on the wall? 20 points if you guessed it. Okay, there it is, people. There is your comic on demand of Heavy Metal Band and Smoke and Mirrors with the mid-suggestion of Thor's Hammer. All right. Thanks for showing up, everybody. That has been Comic on Demand. Sometime in the near future or something, these things will be for sale if you ever want to buy one. I've been saying that for about since September, but yeah, as soon as like my work dries up, see, like I've been swamped this whole year, which is nice for paying bills, but it's bad for like doing this stuff. But so sorry, I was looking over at the chat. But yeah, sorry, excuse me. So as soon as my freelance client work sort of dries up and I have some more time, then I will get all of my ducks in the row with this Comic on Demand thing. I've just been lazy. I could probably do it, but whatever, man. I have no excuse. I'm just lazy. I'm sorry. But anyway, you're all awesome. Let me get my thing ready here. All right. Anyway, you're awesome. Thanks for showing up, and we will. Will I see you next week? What is next week? Is that a weird holiday or something? For some reason, my brain's thinking that next week is some kind of, I don't know, whatever. No, it's not. I don't know. Anyway, thanks for showing up. Like, subscribe, share, tell your friends, and if you bought, a couple of you have bought stuff. If you've bought stuff, take a picture of it and show it to me. I want to see it because I don't know what it looks like. So anyway, thanks for showing up. You're awesome. See you next week.